is Purple Power. Thank you for joining me for a live taping of Purple Power with the latest updates about your second stimulus check, your second stimulus package, and more. In tonight's recording, I'm going to go over where we are on the congressional budget bill. This is the first live recording of this channel since being a Mitch, which I guess was about an hour ago or 2 hours ago. And this is the last live taping of the show until tomorrow morning, when you can join me at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with Early Mornings Lalate, and at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with continuation of that show. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. No one's fighting to get you money right now, not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now. And the volunteers of this channel, which are on the community page, which will be linked in the linked in the comment below in the corner, are working around the clock to ensure that you get assistance. Those volunteers are at news.lla.com/community. Let me start with some hellos. Who's in the room here tonight? I see Sean, I see Dell, I see Laura, I see Sandy, I see Hugh, I see Aaron. There we go. Hi, Eric. What's going on, Sheila? How are you? Hey, Lloyd. What's going on, Michael? What's going on, Chris? Hello, Debbie. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Linda. What's going on, Dorothy? What's going on, AJ, AJ, AJ? I love that. AJ, AJ, AJ. What's going on, Deanne? What's going on, Olivia? What's going on, Karina? Hey, Patty. Hey, Patricia. Hey, Susan. What's going on, Gregory? Gabs, what's going on? Chavez, what's going on? Hey, Sharon. Hey, Brian. What's up? What's up, Brian? Hey, Aaron. Aaron's in the house. There's Aaron. There's Lorena. Hey, Lorena. What's going on? Hey, Donald. Robin's here. There's Wade. Ada's here. There's Linda. There's Melissa. There's Danny. There's Sheila. There's AJ. AJ. Good guess. There's David. There's Shireen. And then there's Louie and Illy and Sylvia. Well, hello, hello. And there's Horace. And there's AJ. Another AJ. And there's Sasando, Samantha, Dream Weavers, Stephanie, and Matthew, and Eric, and Jamie, and Debbie, and Janie. And there's Ron here. Hello, Ron. And there's Cheryl and Rich. What's going on? And Sheila. And then in Instagram room, we got Jose, and we got Larry, and we got Mom, and we got Air, and we got Lasha, and we got Anne as well. And then we got Mom for Steelers, and we got Babs, and we got another mommy, and we got a Bagoon and Anne as well. Scotty also back on the channel. Chastity, and there's Shelly, and there's Lance, and there's Proper, and there's Kiana. Hey, Kiana, what's going on? There's Annis, and there's Ricky, and there's Wade. There's Bobbin, and there's Lori. What's going on, Lori? How are you? And there's Sheila. Oh, what's going on? So where is everyone from tonight? Where is everyone from? What states are you in tonight? And anyone international? What states is everyone from? Georgia, Washington, Florida, North Carolina, Ohio, Texas, Maryland, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Virginia, PFA, Indiana, Connecticut, North Carolina again, Nevada, Arizona, Alabama, California, North Carolina, Indiana, Wisconsin, Atlanta, PA, Ohio, Cosino, New Jersey, um, Long Island, New York, Dayton, Ohio, Michigan, Netherlands. Hey, Casey in Netherlands. Wow, Casey in the Netherlands. PA, El Paso, North Pole, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Arkansas. There we go. Philippines. Oh, someone's in the Philippines. I missed him. Sorry. Who was that? William from the Philippines. Wow, welcome, William. That's a new name. Regina from Germany. Wow, we got Regina, we got Germany, we got the Philippines, and we got Netherlands. Wow, New York City, Georgia, Antarctica, Portugal. Hello, Portugal. Wow, we got Portugal. Hello from Canada. Hello from Canada. Hello from Portugal. Cartagena, Colombia. Hello again, Edith. North Pole, South Pole, and North Pole represented. Hello from Canada, another person from Canada. Puerto Rico is in the casa. Hey, que onda? New York from Mars. Is Nancy with you? Out of this world. Delaware, Arizona, Cleveland, Calexico, Michigan. There we go. Alabama, Florida. There's Florida. Thank you for your casinos here. Somewhere south, Tennessee, Chicago, Costa Rica. Who's from Costa Rica? Selena in Costa Rica. ¿Cómo estás? And Natalie, the Back Cave, Louisiana, Fire them all, Indiana. What did I miss? Big Bear too. Georgia, Michigan, Georgia. Wow. So we are representing lots of states today. What I miss? That's what I miss. And then we're really international. Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Netherlands, Philippines, Germany, several from Canada. My goodness. We got five, six states, five, six countries worldwide represented tonight. Guam, hello, Guam in the Instagram room. Hello, Guam in the Instagram room. I know there's someone from Spain that always joins us in Instagram, and then we always have one or two from like Lebanon and from France in the Instagram because Instagram has a different connection than YouTube. But wow, there we go. Uh, Asgard. I don't know where Asgard is. What I missed. Who I missed. What I missed. There you go. I shouldn't continually say that because I really don't like reading that on the screen. So I really don't like that. So I'm reading something I don't like to sort of encourage people to repeat it back to me. I was like, no, I don't like that. Oh, you're tuning in from Purgatory. It's Ron Johnson with you and I. Ron Johnson's in Hades and not in Purgatory. Gadsden. Wow, wow. Is that? I don't know where that is. Ontario, Canada, California. Hello, Twilight Zone. Yes, the Bermuda Triangle's tuning in as well. So there, Portugal. So Sheila's in Portugal. I forgot Portugal. Wow, this is just such a night. Portugal. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's get to it. Um, Let me. I guess I'll do. I guess I'll do a stimulus check first, the congressional stimulus check, and then I'll turn to state and local. I don't want to spend a lot of time on the congressional stimulus check because I want to get you money right now. So we're at the 6 minute mark. Let me see if I can get it done in about 3 4 minutes. All right. So where we are on the stimulus check? Excuse me, the House and Senate have both passed an extension for 2 days till Sunday to get this done. The president, as of the time of this recording, which is what time is it on the East Coast? Isn't it like 11 o'clock on the East Coast? He has like 1 hour left to sign it, or the government's going to shut down. So I don't know what he's doing. Is the president going to sign the extension 10:15 on the East Coast? Okay, so he has an hour and a half. Um, I don't know. He has until midnight to sign to sign the extension. He can choose not to sign the extension, which would just be wonderful for us. And it's I love some drama. I would love him not to sign it. I absolutely would adore him not to sign it. It would really send a good message. But the Senate and the House passed a very quick extension. As if you watched me earlier, um, all your wonderful congressional leaders folded like a lawn chair today. Bernie Sanders gave the extension. Josh gave the extension. People that said they would never get an extension gave an extension. So what you're going to see tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday is stimulus like you've never seen on the weekend. You'd never, ever, ever see an enormous amount of stimulus on the weekend unless they were appearing on broadcast news, talking on Saturday morning talk. I don't like Nancy. I don't like Steve. I don't like Nancy. That's the most you would ever see on a given Saturday or Sunday on this channel. This Saturday and Sunday, you're going to see stimulus like you've never seen stimulus. So really, tune off the college football, tune off the NFL, and tune into me because you're really going to be seeing enormous developments this weekend. There is no deal, there is no bill, but you're presumed to see a bill uh, as early as tomorrow. The bill will be a deal based upon four people. The four people do not have anyone else's agreement. They're four people. And the four people will announce the bill, and the bill will be like, here you go, four people, here's the secret deal of four people. And then it'll be put to the House for vote, and then it'll be put to the Senate for vote, and then it'll go to the president if the Senate approves it. We don't know anything about what's in there. We literally have been told nothing. All we can do is guess. All we can do is hear the proposals. We have no idea what survived. We presume that there's PUA and UI extension for upwards to April, approximately. There is FPUC at $300 a week going forward, not retroactive. There's nothing retroactive for about 11 to 16 weeks. We are we are starting to hear hints that there may be an eviction moratorium and a mortgage forbearance. Thank goodness, because there has to be. That's just saying it doesn't. And then the amount of the stimulus check is just simply up for grabs. Uh, 600, 700, 1,200, 2,000. It's just all over the place. Um, the real big development tonight, if you and you're the first time you're hearing this from me right now, this is the first time you're hearing, and I don't think anyone else is going to say this to you except me because no one talks the way I talk, and this is one of those times I'm going to talk this way, is that I think somewhere Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, and Chuck Schumer are loving tonight, and I'll tell you why. Because there's something that went really well for Nancy, Chuck, and Joe Biden tonight. And I think before I say what it is, tell me if you think you know what the answer is. What do you think went so good for Chuck, Nancy, and and Joe Biden today? It's two words. I'll give you a hint. It's two words. Something went so well for them today that someone said a deal, extension approved, South Carolina, shut down, Senate race. Okay, no one yet. Um, Try to say it without giving it away. Um, I'll give you a hint. Senate, two words. Okay, I have a person. It's a person. It's a person. It's a person's name. It's a person's name. Someone just wrote it, but wrote it in 5 words, so that doesn't count. Two words is a person's name. Someone's name today just really gave Nancy and oh, no one got it. Okay, so well, one person got it, but today Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Joe Biden got a gift. Oh, now I'm seeing it. Okay, Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson. They gave those four people and anyone trying to get a win in Georgia a major gift, and then the gift is Ron Johnson. When I was starting to cover stimulus back in June, you would hear me talk about the 20 Republicans who don't want to give you anything. I would refer to them as the 20 Republicans because I didn't know who they were. I literally did not know they were. Somewhere like a month later, I had a quote where it said something like Lamar Alexander and this other person were among the 20, but I didn't know who they were. I had no quote from them. I had no video of them. I had nothing where I could show why they were so horrible in not giving you stimulus. There were these 20 people that were the reason why Mitch McConnell never went very big on bold. He said, I have to appease those 20 people. Chuck Grassley said, well, there's those 20 people who don't want to give you anything. And I never knew who those 20 people were. We had no face to this very bad sect, militia of the Senate. I had no face to it. Today we have a face. And not only do I have a face, the man's face is trending all over Twitter. The man's face is trending all over Twitter because of the debacle he delivered in fighting a stimulus check. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden must be saying so and say, well, thank you for giving us Georgia. I just have to run Ron Johnson's video on loop every 10 minutes in the state of Georgia and get people to vote because this guy's video is so horrible. No matter what party you're from, and to make it even better, you run the other Republican who's calling him a nut, which is Josh Hawley, saying you're crazy. What's wrong with you? And then you run Bernie Sanders, who's an independent, saying you're also crazy. The man is wacko, and he's indicative of why you don't want the Senate to be controlled by Mitch McConnell anymore because of these type of people. And so that's where you are tonight. There's a real very, very bad situation happening tonight because of Ron Johnson, because he finally gave an image to these people who don't want to give you a stimulus check. I read an article before I came on air, just briefly, that talked about why do some people oppose stimulus checks? And the economist remark did not say there was anything bad about stimulus checks. It just said that sometimes stimulus checks don't do everything you want them to do. Well, a lot of things don't do everything you want them to do. The bottom line is the way Ron Johnson portrayed the stimulus check was nothing like that news article I read. The news article analyzed the analytics. He just basically said you're a bunch of bums that shouldn't be getting a stimulus check. He basically called you every name in the book. I mean, he's just a sleaze. He's just a horrible human being, and he's the representation of the anti-stimulus check tonight. And so suddenly we have, he's not the Grinch, he's the devil. I mean, you suddenly see the devil personified on he's, you turn on broadcast news tonight, he's front page, he's the lead story because he's so insane. I keep on telling people and friends he's going to be parodied on Saturday Night Live. I mean, if they don't parody him on Saturday Night Live tomorrow, they're missing the opening. I've already vowed myself I'm going to be doing Ron Johnson opening jokes on this channel instead of Nancy Pelosi hairstyle for the next 3 months. He's the easiest joke in the world. I mean, he's just the easiest joke of he hasn't been wearing red. He's wearing red this holiday season, but he's wearing red all the rest of the year because that's what they wear when they visit the devil. I mean, it's he's awful. Moron Johnson, someone just said. I love that. That's hysterical. So boy, so there's that way. That's where you are. Let me go to some state stimulus. So tomorrow and Sunday for your federal stimulus check. Stay with me because it's gonna be all over the place. And I think you're now up to speed when I tell you it's nothing until it's law. So you're gonna see something happen in the House. I don't want you to get overrun by what happens in the House. The bill will be announced. It's like, here's the bill. You're gonna get the bill and you'll be like, did you see this bill? It's horrible. Yeah, I know. That's just going to be like, everyone's going to get smacked in the face when we see this bill. It's like, oh my God, what is this bill? So there we go. Let me go over some state stimulus for you right now. Um, Pull out a pen and paper. We're going to do rent stimulus first, and then we're going to do stimulus checks, and then and so on. So what? I want to start first with state rent stimulus. There is a lot of state rent stimulus that's still. Thank you for the super chat. There's lot of state rent stimulus out there, and that state rent stimulus out there is in your cities and counties. The way you look for it is you look. I know this is a Friday, so you can still go on your county's website, county housing authorities website, state housing authorities website, and you look for it. But there's certain ones that have been announced and some that are expiring. For example, in Florida, Broward County, these are counties that have had rent stimulus. Broward, West Palm, Miami-Dade, Orange, San Diego County had it. It's now closed. Nashville, Houston, Harrisburg, PA, New York, New York State, New Jersey, and so you have a lot of that. North Carolina is giving 335 to parents, so you have a lot of that in different places. Then there's ones that don't get a lot of press coverage. I always use the example of San Bernardino County. If you got rent from San Bernardino County, very sort of random out of nowhere. So there is always something there. Next, let's go to utilities. Most of the utility companies are paying for utility assistance. You call them up and say, I need assistance with my utility bill because of COVID. I need assistance with my utility bill because of COVID. The utility companies are generally open on Saturday and Sunday. So you can call them on the phone and say, hi, I need assistance with utilities because of COVID. As simple as that. Now, let's turn to the nonprofits that are paying money for rent, and a few for utilities as well. And get ready for some of the states. I'm going to mention the state, and then I have someone else on the list for the state later on. So viewers have gotten rent from St. Mary Magdalene in Texas. Viewers have gotten rent in Kentucky from Community Ministries in Kentucky. In New Jersey, they've gotten rent from United Way. In Ohio, they've gotten rent from Community Action. In Massachusetts, they've gotten rent from Interfaith Social Services. In Phoenix, they've gotten rent from TCDC. They've gotten rent up to $10,000 in Delaware. In Alabama by calling 211. in Texas from Fort Bend County. In Fort Bend County, Texas, they got it from Catholic Charities. Let's turn over to Mississippi. Everyone ready for Mississippi? I always have a lot of Mississippi viewers in the room. I have mortgage assistance. I'll have that mortgage assistance for you in a second. In Mississippi, they got rent from Mercy House. In Mississippi, they also got rent from Home Savers. In Mississippi, they also got rent from Salvation Army. They've also gotten rent from MSHDA, Eviction Diversion. If you're watching this video either live or taped, you can also pull this video back on the toggle screen at the bottom of the screen below me, like down here. You can pull the toggle screen back if you miss what I said. If I'm talking too fast, you can play the video back, even just back it up a little bit after the video is taped. In Rhode Island, they got rent from Crossroads, and they also got from the Housing Authority. In Texas, they got rent by calling 211, and in El Paso, Texas, they got rent from Project Bravo. In Delaware, they got rent from 211. They got heating oil from HEAT in a lot of locations. Military got relief from militaryonesource.mil. In City of Dallas, Texas, they got rent by going to cityofdallas.com or calling 214-670-INFO. In Georgia, they got rent from United Way. In Nebraska, they got rent from United Way. In Arizona, they got rent from New Leaf. In Michigan, they got rent from Salvation Army. In New York, they got rent from One Shot. In Pennsylvania, they got rent from United Way. In Kentucky, they got rent from Community Action. Excuse me, they got utilities from Community Action. In Las Vegas, they got rent from Clark County. In Indiana, they got rent from indianahousingnow.org. In Indiana, they also got rent from calling 211. Then for mortgage assistance, viewers got assistance from Chase when their mortgage was with Chase. And then they also got mortgage assistance from 877 Get Hope, which is a mortgage assistance program. Despite me delineating all those states, if your state was not mentioned anywhere in this list, then what I want you to know is that the following organizations are paying money in a lot of different states. And those states are, and those organizations are United Way, Salvation Army, Community Action, Catholic Charities, and St. Vincent de Paul. And they're paying rent in a lot of places. Places that don't have anything, those organizations are paying for it. Viewers in Northern California, Catholic Charities. Viewers in Southern California, Catholic Charities. Viewers in Texas, Catholic Charities. So you just see just places where there is nothing at the moment, those organizations are picking up stuff. Then for state stimulus checks, Maine 600, Colorado 375, New Mexico 1200, Oregon 500, North Carolina 335, Houston 1200, Austin 2000, Orange had 1,000 2 days ago, had 1,200 before, Jackson had 1,000, Nome, Alaska. So those states are states that had stimulus checks or have stimulus checks or will have stimulus checks. And all those stimulus checks may have restrictions. They may only be for parents. They may only be for unemployed people. They all have restrictions. They're all quite different. They're all very, very different and unique. The stimulus checks pending are Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Delaware, Escambia County, Florida, Fort Worth, and Gadsden County. I went online before I went live to check for more state stimulus. And what you're seeing with the state stimulus are places like New Jersey, where they're talking about giving additional weeks of unemployment because they're not happy with what the government is doing. So the states are really watching what's happening with Congress as much as you're watching. And that's where we are right now. So with that, let me answer your questions. Does Ohio have rent? Yeah, I just mentioned Ohio on that list, but not from the state of Ohio, but from private organizations. Oh, someone just had a great comment. United Way in Montana, I got notice today of past rent and currency rent to be paid on Tuesday. Thank you for keeping me determined about it. Sonia, how much was do you want to say how much it is? If you don't, that's fine. That's incredible, great news. So Sonia got rent in Montana from United Way. I'm glad to hear that because people ask me every night about certain states like Montana and the northern states like Wisconsin. They ask me all the way. Maryland has $500 for humanitarian relief. A lot of states are giving it out. Angelina, well, that's wonderful. Maryland has $500. I had heard there was something from Maryland. What about Mass? Viewers, I always use Tyrone. Tyrone got $14,000 in Mass for rent. Massive amount of rent. Just keep on pushing. How about Louisiana? Yeah, State Housing Authority. Absolutely. I got $5,000 from Ohio. Oh my goodness. Harry Sides, I got $5,000. Where did you get the Ohio rent from? If anyone's in the room that has a success story, share the success story and say where you got it from, so we can share so I can impart that information with other. I got $200 from Elkeep in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Wonderful. So keep on looking. Who was that? Teresa Clark Chark. So keep on looking, Teresa, for rent and other things. That's great. That's a great start. Um, sometime so I want to answer this question. Tia said someone said the CARES Act is closed. What? Of course the CARES Act is closed. This is money that was given from the CARES Act to state and local, and that money has to use or lose or will be returned. But in the case of private charities, it's not CARES Act. What about our men and women in the services? The one I mentioned for the military website, that one you can look at as well. I got $300 for utilities. Oh, wonderful. If anyone has a success story, I got $515 from CEDA in Chicago. Wonderful. Also, when you mention the organization, say what it's from, what it does, because some of them I don't know what CEDA is. I got $650 from Community Ministry today in Kentucky. Thank you for helping. That's wonderful, Chris. So that's the one on my list. That's a great news. Community Ministry, Community Action in Ohio paid my rent. For 10 months. Wow. Laura, Community Action Ohio paid my rent for 10 months. Wow. I got $825 from Ethra for electric in Tennessee. Oh my goodness. This is great news. Pinellas County, I don't know what that says. I got 4 months rent, 1715 from Ohio Housing Recovery, and then money from Community Action in Ohio. Oh wow! And did I bring my pen and set? I did not bring my pen and set. And Tina's a longtime viewer. Wow! So Iowa Housing Recovery, which sounds like our Iowa Housing Authority. That's great news. 750. I got 750 from Elheap in Corvallis, Oregon. Wonderful. Thank you. They told me Las Vegas Clark County rent of they're going to pay me $3,000 for my rent. Clark O'Spion. Wonderful. So Clark County got $3,000 for his rent in Las Vegas. That's one on my list. Good. Wonderful. What great news. Missouri. Utilities across Missouri, and then in St. Louis County, you can get rent. Oh my God, there's so many comments I have to get to the bottom. Kansas. I haven't had anything about Kansas lately, Christina. I haven't got anything about Kansas. I haven't looked to my IG. Someone got utilities in St. Louis for St. Vincent de Paul. I would assume that Ameren would take care of that as well. Duval is making you jump through hoops in Jacksonville, Florida. I hope Newsom is watching. Oh, I locked the screen. Let's see. Where are you? Oh my goodness. What I miss? Indiana Housing Authority. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you, Diane. I got $800 from St. Anne's Church in St. Louis, Missouri for utilities. Oh, I love that. So someone in one room just said they got, I think it was Community Action or Catholic Charities, and another person got utilities in Missouri from St. Anne's Church. Now I know that's Rose just tuning in from St. Louis. Hello, St. Louis. I know St. Louis County is also helping for rent as well. I got $1,250 from Catholic Charities Eviction Diversion Program in Flint, Michigan. Wonderful, Connie. This is wonderful news. My goodness. Getting evicted in LA and I can't find help. You should not. LA has an eviction moratorium, Catalina. What's going on? Why are you being evicted? LA has an eviction moratorium. That you cannot get evicted in LA. That can't be happening unless you didn't. There's a very clear order in place that you if you pay, I think it's 1 or 2 months, you cannot get evicted. I got 635 for utilities through thaw in Michigan. Ooh. So I see a lot of people getting great utilities. In St. Louis, I've gotten utility help from ILHEAP. So this is wonderful. We had 3 different people in St. Louis and three different organizations have paid their utilities, which is just wonderful. I mean, this is great. I applied for rent assistance in San Diego. Oh, did you get in on time? That's good news. Wow, this is a very successful room tonight. I'm very excited. Merry Christmas to everyone, and yours too from Rome, Georgia. Thank you so much. I just started watching you a month ago, and I love the way you tell it like it is, and you're funny. Well, I appreciate that. New York State went live today with their rent program reopened. Thank you. That was just said by um, Savannah Weed. Yes, so that's the New York one. I told you New York was bringing back their rent program, so it's now live. The New York rent program is now live. Um, I got a $5 coupon from Nancy Pelosi. Oh my God. Um, what about help from mortgage owners? Um, the one I mentioned on the video, 877 Get Hope, 877 Get Hope, which is a division of United Way. Any stimulus checks for California? Yeah, never. You think Gavin Newsom's going to send you a $1,200 stimulus check? Yeah, that never, ever, ever. Any stimulus checks for Texas? Never. That will never happen. It's just, yeah, that's like I say, stimulus checks for Florida? No. What about property taxes? No. They don't. No. That was one of the big gripe of people in California was initially they said you don't have we're going to have an eviction moratorium, but you still have to pay your property tax. Florida, I got a grant of $880 from Sebring. Oh, I don't know what organization was from. Well, congratulations. 800 is great for utilities. That's wonderful news. Metro paid unemployment in Texas. Oh, God bless you. Thank you for the great job. I appreciate that. Where do I get the $1,200 from Texas? Our mayor issued us. In Texas, you have Houston and you have Austin. It's some of them are live, some of them are not live anymore. Trump signed the extension. Oh, he just signed the extension. Okay, thank you. He only had an hour left. Let's leave it to the last second. So, I moved from New York to Florida and need to find out where to go to look for state stimulus. So everything that you would just follow all my advice about Florida, the same way as if anyone else. Thank you for the help. I appreciate it. Sandy King, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. Darn it, people saying as the Trump signing the extension. Darn it. Um, Idaho stimulus, yes. Arizona, yes. There's a lot of stimulus across Arizona. Community council, Texas here. Hello. $12 ice cream, Texas here. Merry Christmas, more Merry Christmases. How long is the extension for? Till Sunday. Oh my God, he signed it. I wanted to see the drama. I did too. These people are just, I don't know, the shutting down the federal government, I guess they're sort of scared of. It's like bad omen or something. I don't know. Mortgage forbearance. There's presumed to be mortgage forbearance and eviction moratorium in the proposals for what's being worked on for this weekend. Any stimulus in Alabama? Yes. State Housing Authority. Viewers have gotten massive rent in Alabama. Massive rent. Stimulus in Missouri? Yes. Rent in Missouri, St. Louis County, and utilities across the entire state. Absolutely across the entire state. What are the crumbs off the table? Anything in Las Vegas? Yeah. Viewer just said he got $3,000 in Las Vegas just 2 minutes before. Just 2 minutes before, got $3,000 in Las Vegas. Just what I've been detailing on this channel. Uh, eight out of 10 things that people have said tonight of what they got were from the things I told them to get, and these exact same organizations. The ones that were not the ones I said were when they were more than one organization in the same city, which is even better. Really, it's just a great night to see so many people getting things. Pennsylvania was supposed to have a very large stimulus package. Ohio I already covered. Ohio I covered. If you're joining me later in this video, because now there's 1,600 people in the room. There was 300 when I started. As soon as this video is archived, is done, then wait about 3 minutes, and you can replay the video. You can refresh it, and then just pull it back to that point in the video. We're currently at the 38-minute mark. Merry Christmas, LA. I appreciate that. Um, what about Maryland? Yes, there's rent for Maryland. Florida, rent all over the place in Florida. How do I look for stimulus in Arizona? State Housing Authority. Um, oh boy, the comments are coming in really fast now. I've been doing better with casino. The sirloin. What about Kentucky? Yeah, community ministries, and Kentucky Rent was gotten by a viewer tonight in the channel who went to the same organization I detailed. That's the love of this channel, is when someone tells me something, I repeat it back to you, and then someone else gets it. That's the spirit of the Purple Power. I don't have this information because I just called up the organizations. I have this information because of you. That's how I started this channel. I started this channel with EIDL, where people told me this was what was happening to them. So I repeated it back to someone else, and suddenly it snowballed. And then when people had things approved, I said, "Tell me why you got approved, so I can share that with someone else." And so that's what we're doing right now. Is when someone gets approved for something, I'm saying, share it with me so I can share it with another viewer. I mean, rather have my viewers get the money than someone who's not a viewer of this channel. I want everyone to have stimulus, but I ultimately want you. There's 40 people in the room that are from Ohio. I want the first person in this room who got money from Ohio to share that information so the rest of you can get it as well. Are SSI, SSDI going to get stimulus checks? Yes. Oh, let me go over some of the details of the provisions of the stimulus check, like anyone really cares, but I will answer that as well. St. Anne's Church on Natural Bridge in St. Louis is doing rent for the county. That's great. I actually know that church, so that's wonderful. And I know that street as well. So that's wonderful. Um, First, the stimulus checks will likely have the same threshold as the first stimulus check, which is about 75,000 2019 earnings or less. Will get a stimulus check. So if you made over 75,000, you may not get a stimulus check. That's individual. Married couples, you double it, 1,500. Um, the double of 75,000 is not 1,500. $150,000 doubled it. Then there was a series of reports I read that said the adult dependents aren't getting a stimulus check. So they did fix that, is what the reports I read said, that they are giving the stimulus check to adult dependents. So viewers on SSI and SSDI who are an adult dependent on someone else's tax return, who did not get a first stimulus check, you would get a stimulus check. Um, Finally, I don't. Well, I'll just say it. The economic article I read tonight that talked about people who get stimulus checks who maybe should not be getting stimulus checks basically said that there are people who make, $60,000 who have a job that are getting a stimulus check, and as though that's a bad thing. In giving relief, there's always people who give relief that may not need the relief of someone else as much as someone else. But the fact that someone who makes $70,000 2019 earnings is getting and has a job, is not losing their home and is still getting a stimulus check on top of that, that's not such a horrible thing for us to live with. The numbers show that the vast majority of people who really need a stimulus check are people who don't make $70,000 or people who make less than $45,000. So I don't think these economic articles are really in line the way they should be. With that, is America broken? This is why they don't want to pay themselves out. Still sending my house repair bill to Pelosi. Merry Christmas, says Derby. We're in Maryland. Anyone can help me with rent and public utilities. Tina, yes, we just had a viewer who here got rent. So if you're tuning in and you don't hear, you're tuning in late because there's 1,800 people in this video. In about 5 minutes, refresh this video, and then you can replay it, and you'll see me go over the list of the states and where you can get that stimulus relief. It comes in about the 10-minute mark. I go through each of the states, who's paying rent, and then shortly after that, at about the fifth, well, I think that started about 12-minute mark. Then about the 16-minute mark, then I started having some viewers say, I got rent from this and this. And there you go. Thank you for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with Early Mornings Lalate. And then join me continuing at 6:30. Hello to the international viewers who tuned in tonight from Puerto Rico, from Colombia, from the Netherlands, from the Philippines. Um, where else was it from? God, it was all over the place. From Canada, several from Canada, from Portugal, and so many other people. The government will not shut down, so I'm sure you're glad. Yemen, oh hello from Yemen. Wow, very exciting. And there you go. Stay in touch, stay informed, stay focused, and see you tomorrow morning. And refresh this video. Meantime, if you watched Evening's Check, that's also available right now on the channel. Just went live about an hour ago. As always, have a great evening. Take care.